What a gorgeous day, huh? It's beautiful out. Um, we're gonna do a little heart opening today, a little upper body, more thoracic body today, a little focus on thoracic body. Yeah, and we're gonna start standing up. So if you don't mind, come to standing. Yeah, start to feel your feet on the floor, feel your feet on the earth. And if it feels nice, rock up towards your toes and back towards your heels, being a little cautious with the heels. Just noticing the balance. Good. And then stop. Rock your feet to the outside blade of your foot and the inside blade of your foot. Just kind of rock back and forth as long as that's comfortable. And come to center, pick up all your toes, something different. We've done this, it's been a while. Drop your little toe and then all your other toes to the mat. So we're just kind of like a little wave of toes down to the mat. Just checking in with the muscles of our feet and calves. Good. And then go ahead and put all parts of your feet on the floor. Draw your spine up really nice and tall. Draw your shoulders back. Let your shoulder blades slide down your back. If it feels good, you could turn your palms forward. And if it feels good, you could shut your eyes or you could just take a soft gaze. And check in from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. Just notice how you feel today. Notice your energy level. Notice any places that are a little tight or stiff or uncomfortable. Also notice those places that feel rested and ready to move. Notice where you're breathing today. Let's do this. Let's put a hand on the heart, hand on the belly, and just notice where your breath naturally goes. If you've just come in, you might be breathing a little more up to your chest. If you've been here a little while, relaxing, maybe more down to your belly. See if you can even those out and breathe into both places equally. Good. Keep that nice natural breath flowing. Bring your hands to the outside edges of your rib cage, kind of circling your rib cage. See if you can expand your rib cage out to the sides. And try a few breaths that way. Good. Go ahead and let your hands fall back down. On our next inhale, just let your arms float up. And exhale, let them float down. Minimal effort. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Continue at your own pace for about 3 more breaths. Good. On this last one, let's meet at the top. Bring the palms of your hands together. Draw your spine up even taller. Take a tiny bend toward your right, over to the right. And come on back to center and a little bend over to your left. Notice if that makes you hold your breath. See if you can just let your breath flow naturally. Come on back to center. Let's forward fold, go really slow, and we're not going to go very far into this. Hands on thighs. just to where you start to feel a little stretch in your back body. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time. Yeah, take a big inhale up. And let's do two more like that. Just a small forward fold. Roll it all the way up. Good. Roll it all the way up. This time, take both hands up. Spread your fingers. Squeeze them down into cactus, a nice prickly cactus here. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, let that go. Let those arms just float to the front. And do three more like that at your own pace. So we're expanding out, relaxing in. Good. Go ahead and let your right hand drop down, left hand to the sky. Draw your spine up even taller. Keep both sides of your body long. And we'll take a bend over to the right. Are you breathing? Come on back to center. Right hand up, left hand comes down, even taller. Yep, we'll take a bend. Good. And inhale all the way back up. Let's take both arms up. Forward fold as far as feels good to you this time. You might put your hands on your thighs, reach them to the floor, put them on your shins, but let your head hang down and be heavy. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. And then let your knees bend. And on your exhale, come all the way up one more time. Good. Reaching up. And bring your hands heart center, but look up. Lift your heart. Good. We'll take arms back up and then behind the back. If it feels nice to lace your fingers, you could do that, or you could just hold your arms back there. Draw your shoulders back. How does that feel? If it feels okay, drop your body forward. Long spine. Head is reaching forward, tailbone's reaching back. Only go as far as feels good to your shoulders. Good. And we'll inhale all the way back up. And reaching up. Just a couple little flows here. Exhale, fold, nice and easy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Two more at your own pace. Using natural breath, anything that feels right to you. And go ahead and bring your hands back by your sides, warming up farther down the body. Take your feet a little bit apart and start to circle your hips. Notice how they move. And we'll switch and go the other way. Make sure your knees are a little bit bent. Good. Don't get really crazy with some figure eights, one hip and then the other. Notice which direction you're going. Can you switch it? Good. All right. Come on back to center. Let's take a big inhale. Sit yourself back to chair. Go slow. Go slow. Good. Let's do one more. Notice whatever you notice. Notice what you're focusing on. I just learned this from a friend last week. I want to share it. On this next one, imagine no knees. No knees. Where does your focus go? Same movement, different focus. Let's do 2 more like that. No knees. Where does the focus go? Mine goes right to my lower abdomen. Anybody else? See if you can take your mind off your knees. Good. Come all the way up. Let's take one more bend to each side. And back to center. Same thing, other side. Good. And come on back to center. Go ahead and come to the top of your mat. And we'll inhale up, exhale, fold, and just start to move a little bit. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bring yourself to chair. Good. Hands come heart center. Inhale all the way up. One more just like that. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. In the chair. Good. Hands come heart center. Inhale up. This time we go on. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And step yourself back to plank. But we're not going to stay here. We're going to come all the way down to our bellies. So you can go knees and chest, or if you're ready to drop all the way down, go ahead and do that. Let your knees bend. Let your knees sway side to side. Let your lower body be a little twisty. Keep your upper body attached to the floor. Nice. And then stretch those legs out, hands next to your chest. We'll inhale 3 baby cobras. Exhaling down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Emphasis is on the upper back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Use your hands to bring yourself to all fours, neutral spine. Yep. Set up with your knees right underneath your hips, your hands right underneath your shoulders, just like we breathed at the beginning. See if you can breathe into all parts of your rib cage, front, side, and back. And when you're ready, start a little cat-cow. Take an inhale first. Don't go anywhere. Use the exhale to come to cat. Focus on your exhale. Let the inhale happen. Big, strong exhale. Inhale just happens. One more like that. And then add a little organic movement, maybe a little side to side, sitting back towards one hip, letting your head hang down. Notice where you need the movement today. Good. And we'll come back to center. Take your right leg out behind you, toes to the mat. Rock your body back just a little bit, or a little stretch down the back of that leg. Float your leg up. Toes keep pointing down. See if you can keep your toes pointing down. Nice. Add your opposite arm. How about some crunches here? Let's exhale in. And then let the inhale happen. Exhale in. Inhale expands us. 2 more like that. Good. Bring your hand to the mat. Let your knee bend. Circle your hip. Nice smooth circles. We'll switch and go the other way. Good. Take that leg over the other leg. Have a look back at it. And swing it all the way out to the side. Do what you like with the ankle. The foot could be flat or on the inside edge. Take a big twist here. Let's move this. Exhale down and inhale up. 2 more. Exhale down. Good. Exhale down. And inhale up. Nice. Bring that hand back to the floor. Bring your knee in. Left leg out, toes to the mat. Little calf stretch here. You can rock back into that. And then let your foot float up. Add your opposite arm. Good. And if you like the crunches on the other side, exhale in. Let the inhale happen. Exhale in. Good. Bring just your hand down. Let your knee bend. Circle this hip. And switch direction. Good. Straighten that leg out. Step it across your other leg. Have a look back at it. And then swing it all the way over to the other side. And take a twist toward your straight leg. And go ahead and bring that hand and that foot in. Find a child's pose. We played with something kind of fun last week or the week before. Sit your hips back. Let your hips be heavy. Good. And then take your hands over to the left. Maybe stack your right hand on your left and let your right hip be heavy. And we'll walk over to the other side. Same thing. Yep. Or thread the needle if that's, yeah, very nice. Lots of good options. Come on back to your belly. Something a little bit different. And I know some of you can't see me with the screen here, but take your arms out into a T to the sides. And then come to your fingertips. And then look down at your mat. Keep your feet on the floor. Lift your hands up 2 inches. And then imagine that your hands are wet and you're going to flick the water back to the floor. Just a little up and down with the arms. Go ahead and let your arms get in on the action. Maybe feel this between your shoulder blades. Okay. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your hands underneath your forehead and just let your upper body rest. Notice which muscles release. And then bring your arms out in front. We'll take opposite leg and arm up. So lifting that leg, making it really long, lifting the arm really long. And set that arm and leg down. Same thing other side. Good. Feel free to do that again, or if you like the Pilates swim, come on up into Super Yogi and just start to flutter your arms and legs. Neutral neck. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let it rest. Forehead to hands. And then come on up to all fours. Come up with a neutral spine again. On your next exhale, a little cat. Inhale through to cow. Focus on your upper body here. Focus on that place between your shoulder blades. Good. And then take your fingers out to the sides and rock your body across your mat. We're just swinging side to side here. Yep. And come on back to center. Take some weight off your hands. Turn your fingertips toward your knees. I am barely putting any weight on my hands here. Yeah. Just a little wrist stretch. Yeah, so if you take your hands in front of you, look at your thumbs, twist them toward your little fingers until your little fingers are pointing somewhat back. Yep. And then let's walk ourselves forward. Take your left leg forward. Come up to a 90-degree angle at your knee. Inhale both arms up. Open to cactus. Lift your heart. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Two more like that. Inhaling up. Long spine. Good. All right, bring your hands to the front. Whatever knee is in front, that arm's going to stay. The other arm's going to reach up to the ceiling and back toward the toes. Let your front hand reach up. Keep your spine long. Beautiful. Cartwheel all the way down. Place your right hand inside that foot. Take a twist toward your knee. And here, if you like to come up on your back toes, or if you like to reach your arm, all those are good things. And then drop your back knee to the mat. Come on up. We're going to do a different shape. This is my least favorite yoga pose, but we should do it sometimes because everybody else kind of likes it. So a big reach up. It's okay to be a little uncomfortable. Bring that hand down. So now both hands are inside your foot. Come up to your back toes. And we're just going to hang out here. We're just in a lizard or a baby dragon. One more breath. Let it go. Come on down. Find yourself a child's pose. If it felt good before, take your hands over to the left, stacking right hand on left. Let your right hip be heavy. And then walk them across the mat. Same thing, other side. And come on back to all fours. Step your right leg forward. We're going to come up to that 90-degree angle in the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, open to cactus. Lift your heart. Inhale up. Fold it forward. 3 more at your own pace. Inhaling up. Use the whole inhale to come up and the whole exhale to move into cactus. Good. And then bring your hands to the front. Whatever leg, if your right leg's in front, that's the arm that's going to stay. Inhale. And come on back. Yeah, nice. So now right arm's reaching up, left arm's reaching back. Cartwheel yourself all the way around. Hand inside the foot. Take a twist toward your bent knee. And if you like to come up on your toes, if you like to reach your arm, all those things are good. Let your back knee come back to the mat. Come all the way up. Place your right hand inside that foot. Good. Both hands inside the foot. Option to come to the back toes. Yeah, just hang out here with your breath. Good. Go ahead and drop your knee back to the mat. Let's take that right leg back. Take your time and sit back to child's pose one more time. One more option for child's pose. Well, there's a couple. You could bring your hands up over your head into prayer. That can feel nice. Knees could be wide. You could reach your hands back by your ankles. Or you could stack your fists underneath your forehead. Stay here and breathe into your back. One more breath here. And then we'll gradually make our way back to downward dog. Lift your hips. Let your chest move toward your legs. Feel free to bend your knees as much as needed. Float your right leg up in the air. If you like the hip opener, take that leg across the left leg. And then we're going to step all the way through between the hands, coming to warrior one. So turn your back foot out. Yeah, that nice stable warrior position. Inhaling both arms up. Exhale to cactus. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Inhale up, just like before. Exhale, reaching forward. Do 2 more like that at your own pace. Really noticing your back body as we squeeze arms back. Good. Bring your hands to the front, just like before. That leg that's in the front, that arm's going to stay. Other arm to the ceiling. It reaches back. Now reach up. Nice. Good. Bring that arm all the way back up. Let's come into prayer here. You could stay here. You could lean forward. You could come into a twist. Lots of options here. You could open your arms once you come into a twist. Definitely. Reach forward with the crown of your head. Reach back with the side of that back foot. One more breath. And let's untwist that. Come all the way back up. Nice. Bring hands hard at center. Turn your toes forward, whatever side you're facing, just the long side of the mat. We're just going to forward fold here. In any way that feels good to you. That could be hands on thighs, hands on the mat. Let your head hang down. Nice. And let's do a little bit of walking here. Take your fingertips to the floor or hand to knee and let your left or your right knee bend. Let your left knee stay straight and then come back to the other side. Yeah, so if your hands are on the floor, just think about walking them across the floor to the right and to the left. Any little movement in the hips. Good. Come back to center. Leave your left hand on the floor. Take your right hand to the sky. Looking to the right. And then bring your right hand down. Take your left hand to the sky. Good. And bring that down. Walk on over to your right foot. Step back into plank. So we're facing the same direction we were facing before. Just find a nice plank here. Yeah. Good. Drop halfway or all the way. Up dog or baby cobra. We'll meet back in down dog. Lift your hips, let your chest move toward your legs, let your heels move toward the floor. Let your knees be as bent as you like. And float your left leg to the sky. If you like that hip opener, bend the knee, drop it across. Yeah. And we'll swing all the way through. Come to warrior one. Just switching sides. Nice. So big inhale up. Exhale. Cactus arms. Inhale up. Swing it forward. 2 more at your own pace. Yep. When you come back up, leave your arms to the front. Leave your left arm there. Right arm comes up and over. Left arm to the sky. Yep. Nice. And come all the way back to warrior one. Hands heart center. We're going to lean forward. Option to lean forward. Option to take a twist here. You can pivot that back foot if that's uncomfortable for your ankle or your knee. One more breath here. Untwist that. Come all the way up. Frame your foot. Step yourself back to plank. And drop all the way down to your belly. All right, here we are again. Take your arms back, this time palms up, and let your feet float. Just a locust, but think about your upper back. Good. Forehead to hands. And then come all the way up to sitting. Yeah. Place your heels on the floor. Totally fine to use your legs. Down, on, up. We'll do a few half roll downs and then we're going to take it all the way back to the floor. So sit up tall. Walk your hands down your legs just to where it's hard to hold. Walk your hands back up. Bring your spine up tall. 2 more like that. Walking back. And up. Walking back. This time, hold back there. If you like to take your arms out, you could do that. One big inhale. Our exhale takes us back to the floor. Just for a little Pilates, but first, pull your knees into your chest. Keep your right leg. Put your right hand on your ankle, left hand on the inside of that knee. Take your left leg long. And then switch. So there's a lot going on. We're switching our arms. We're keeping our heads lifted. Unless necks get tired, then put them down. And we're going to exhale every time a leg is long. Good. 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both knees into your chest. Let your neck rest. Take your knees, circle one direction. Yeah, then we'll switch and go the other way. All right, take both legs to the sky. We're going to drop left leg down, crawl up your right leg until you're holding on to your shin. Give your left leg 2 little pulses, and then switch legs. 2 little puffs of air, and your head can totally stay down. That's fine. Nice. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Draw your knees into your chest. Let your head drop down again. Let's take feet to the floor, knees together, option to sway side to side. It might feel good to look away from the knees. Release your neck. And then come on back to center. Take both knees into your chest one more time. Keep your right leg, take your left leg long, and draw your right knee up towards your right armpit. And then take your right leg over your left leg for a lying pigeon. Today, if you want, you could keep that left leg straight and you could lean over to the left just to check out the right hip. And then come on back to center. Take your left knee in towards your chest. Right leg out long. Take your left leg over towards your left armpit. Stretch that right leg. Good. And then cross your left leg over your right. If you like to keep the right leg long, maybe lean over to the right just a little bit. Notice whatever you notice. Yeah, and then gently come back to center. Let's take both feet to the floor. And we're going to roll up a few bridges and then hold one. If you like shoulder stand or plow or any of those poses, you could certainly do those instead. So tip your pelvis, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale at the top, exhale down. Two more moving. Inhale, exhale up. Inhale at the top, exhale down. Notice what your knees are doing. If they started to drop apart or together, see if you can make them parallel. Do one more up at the top. This time we hold. Just hang out here. If you like to turn your shoulders under or lace your fingers, you could do those things. Stay here and breathe. Good. Release your hands. Take your arms to the outside, maybe palms down. Hips drop over to the right, knees to the left. Just for a little twist here. And one leg at a time, come back to center. Shift your hips off to the left. Let your legs drop to the right. Maybe look left. Good. And come on back to center. Take a minute here to just notice if there's any other stretches you're needing, maybe a finger to toe stretch or more twists or a happy baby, if that's in your practice. Seen a few happy babies. And then when you're ready, settle into Shavasana or constructive rest. And one more time, bring your hand to your heart, another hand to your belly. Just notice how you're breathing now. If you're breathing more into your upper chest than your belly or more into your belly than your upper chest, see if you can even them out. Add those side ribs into expanding out to the sides, down toward the belly, up toward the ceiling, and back toward the floor. See all parts of the rib cage. And then bring your hands to your sides of your belly and let that go. Just rest. Let your belly be heavy. I mean, your body be heavy, your belly be soft, and your breath be natural. Maybe imagine getting a little lighter with each inhale and a little heavier with each exhale. Just take this time to rest. I always notice that about this time in the spring. I feel like I got to get a million things done. You got to clean the yard, you got to spring clean, wash the car, all the things. And then sometimes I get to June and I go, huh, where did spring go? So I just wanted to share this poem by Dana Falls with you for today. And it's called Walk Slowly. It only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still, and just like that, something in me settles, softens, makes space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper, and I remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I'm going, that many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe, and be, and walk slowly into the mystery. Start to bring a little gentle movement back to your body. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes or letting your legs rock, or if you're flat on your back, letting your knees bend and sway. And take a couple deep breaths. And then when you're ready, turn on one side and pause there. And then as gently as you can come up to sitting. Let's just end with a breath together. Big inhale. Bringing hands, heart center. May we dwell in safety. May we be happy and healthy. May we be at peace. Namaste. Thanks, Sumis.